Hey happy hearts, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Kylie. I film planty related content every now and again. It's never very consistent. I am a mother of two with one more on the way, so I will have 3 little ones in my house more often than not. So filming content is a little bit harder for me and a little bit of a challenge. I am actually 24 weeks currently, so for those of you guys who have been following me for a while who don't know, I am gonna be due in January of 2025. So that was a little bit of an unexpected turn and twist of events because we were not planning on having another one so soon after Kinsey was born. So with that being said, my videos, they're gonna come and go. They're not gonna be very consistent, but I'm gonna really try to make my content as best as I can, and hopefully the quality isn't too terrible. I feel like I'm in a good place with my plants and we're seeing a lot of good, happy growth, which is really exciting. So if you guys stay tuned, you will see all of the goodness going on in my plant collection. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with this little terrarium thing because you guys seen this the most recently, or in my most recent video, I should say. So you guys have seen what it looked like previously. So yeah, let's jump over to this side. We have a little dead leaf that I need to tear out right here, but we do have a new leaf coming in right there, which is super exciting. This begonia amphioxus is pushing out a couple new leaves right up there at the top. My Piper has 4 new leaves. So this one, there's one tucked underneath that big leaf there. Then you have that one and that one. And then that little side has one popping up right there as well. And then this begonia doesn't look as good. It's still one leaf and it looks like it's still trying to push that one out. So I don't remember if this one was a full like reroot situation. I didn't think it was, but it might be, and if that's the case, that could be why it's taking a little longer. That begonia there's 2 new leaves at the top and then 1 red leaf coming in right there on the side. And then that begonia amphioxus, I don't believe is doing anything in particular. That middle leaf might be a new one, but I don't think so. And then the other portion of that plant is gone, at least for now. And then the Hoya serpens, I'm still waiting for it to root, I think. So that one isn't really showing any new signs of growth. It has died off the long stems, which usually happens with Hoyas, and then they start a new growth point once they have rooted themselves. And then that plant right there, the Rhaphidophora cryptantha, is doing nothing so far. I mean, the leaves have kind of curled, but it looks like it's starting to like attach itself for the back 2 pieces, the big one and that second one. So it might be attaching itself. I'm not 100% sure. And then for the little newbie in here, I have placed a air plant in here because I figured the high humidity would be wonderful for this plant. So we're gonna see how that one does. Yeah, so other than that, this area is looking pretty cool. Nothing to complain about, at least for now. Okay, so up here, these 3 plants need a good watering. I'm sorry if they look really rough right now. This one's getting some sun damage, which I finally flipped like midway through summer, so that just has some sun damage from being burned. But I have my lipstick plants doing pretty decent. This Hoya here has some new leaves, which I've had this plant for forever, so the fact that it's finally throwing out some new leaves is just exciting. I believe that's, no, that one might not be a new leaf actually. I'm not sure. But I do know that that one right there is for sure a new leaf. So, and then there is another growth point right there. This still has the sulfur treatment on it, so if you see all that white stuff, don't be worried. But yeah, no, I think that's the new leaf right here, the front, because I'm pretty sure there was 2 new leaves coming in. And then we do have 2 peduncles here. So yeah, oh, and then if it'll focus, I don't know if you can see that. That is a new leaf right there. Okay. I can't do this one-handed, you guys. That is a new leaf spot right there. So cool. 2 new leaves off this one. This leaf right there has so much damage to it. Yeah. But overall, that one's doing good. That is so gross. I cannot wait to take this thing out for this season, you guys. My Hoya carnosa has put out quite a few new leaves and some long tendrils as well. Nothing too crazy, but just a couple. But yeah, they definitely need a good watering over here. Yeah. Very happy with this plant. These are 2 new leaves here. Got a little bit of splash. Nothing crazy. Yeah. So very fun. Love that. On my bedside table, I only have 1 plant here, and that is my variegated Phalaenopsis orchid. And that one I might be getting a bloom from soon. I don't know. I just watered this one today or this morning because she was looking really thirsty. This leaf started to curl, but this is like the newest leaf that she has given me. So I love that orchid. That one has a special place in my heart. So I only have 3 other plants in here, and the other one is another Phalaenopsis orchid. I should really water this one too because I'm usually about the same when it comes to watering. Yeah, this one needs a good water. So yeah, I'll be watering this one here shortly. But this one has all of those like, they're like sweat glands. I don't know. They're really gross. So this one is literally by itself because I am too afraid to have another plant next to it, because if that's like thrips or something, last thing I need is to be transferring plants with bugs around. And then over here on my dresser situation, excuse my husband's clothes. I've asked him many, many times to figure out what pants don't fit him so that I can stop putting all of his clothes right here, because this is what he reaches for. But he has drawers and he has the closet, and like, why am I not putting clothes actually away? Because all of his clothes are full. I can't put them away if they're full. So I've asked him to go through his clothes and just, if they're too short or if they're too small or whatever, put them in a box and put them in the basement, so that way you can still reach for them if you ever needed them, but I can put your clothes away. So I don't know. But I have the Adabo onesie right here. This one is putting out a new leaf over here. This one looks like it's going to start putting on a new leaf at some point, but yeah, we have that one. I'm excited to see what that one's gonna look like. And then we have my my very beautiful I think it's an Anthurium crystallinum, or it's the one that's close to it. Like, those two always confuse me, but it's like my absolute favorite plant of all time. That one is just an old leaf. It's dying off, don't worry. But we have a new growth point right there. I have cut off the bloom that I was trying to put out because I really didn't want to have that plant bloom. I wanted to make sure that it was putting out more growth rather than blooms. So I cut that off, and now we're getting a new growth point. I'm so excited. So in our bathroom, sorry if it's kind of echoey in here, I do have two orchids that I have staked up or wrapped around these bark pieces, and so far they're doing all right. They don't get a ton of light over here, but they get high humidity from the shower, and this one is losing a leaf, so I don't really know. But this newer leaf is really big, so I just assume that they're getting enough because the newer leaves are looking longer and shiny, so I don't know. But yeah, I water these ones quite often because they are just on this bark. They don't actually have like their roots in a specific place. But yeah, those are the only two that are in my bathroom. So going over here onto my, it's pretty much a Hoya shelf. It looks very chaotic, I know. Because like the second or the two shelves below the two top ones, I've got like a bunch of outdoor stuff and some crafting stuff. So like these two shelves, right? This one I have taken off one of the lights because I was too afraid of over burning these ones. They just started to look really, really light and not very happy. So I decided to just do one light per top shelf, and then the bottom shelf has no lights running, even though they are set up to be there. But I have my Hoya pubucalix, which is throwing out very splashy leaves now. I mean, it always kind of has, but we have two new leaves coming in over there, which is exciting. It is dying off like an entire strand though. So if you can see that strand really close, you can see that it's like wrinkly. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, the whole strand itself is wrinkly. So I just need to cut the whole thing off. My Hoya no ID isn't really doing anything. It's been just trying to bloom over and over again. So I really need to figure out what is going on with that plant because I want it to grow more leaves, not bloom, because it puts all its effort into blooming and then nothing grows. My Hoya AH 74 or 47 or something like that. Some new leaves over here. Sorry, this is so backlit, you guys. It is such a cloudy day out. And then I got two new leaves here. I have a new leaf on this one, which is the Hoya vitellina. So she's right here, kind of curled back, but you can tell she's a new one because these ones still have sulfur treatment on it and that one does not. And then that one has grown an entire super long tendril here, going crazy. Yeah. My Hoya Finlaysonii ripple leaf has one new leaf here, but nothing nothing too crazy, a nice growth spurt there. And then my Hoya, it's a macrophylla, but I know they've changed the names and whatnot, but it's got 2 new growth points, or 1 new growth point with 2 new leaves right there. So that's exciting. That's exciting. Over here, we have 2 new leaves coming in on this gray ghost. I need to up pot this and put this in a bigger pot because she is looking thirsty all the time, and I want to be able to keep both of those leaves happy. So as soon as those 2 leaves come in, I will be repotting this one, I think, into something a little better. Back here, this is my Hoya vitellina, I believe, right? No, Hoya fungii, or fungi, whatever you guys prefer to call it. That one has 3 new leaves coming in. One's kind of like curled up, and I'm sorry about the dog hair in my hair. We get hair everywhere here. This Hoya obscura, right? I believe it's a Hoya obscura. I need to up-pot this one too, yeah. This one has 2 new leaves right there, and then the rest of the plants are doing normal stuff. That Hoya, sorry if you can hear Kinsey, this is the Hoya Sarawak. It has a new growth point, but I don't think there's any new leaves coming in. Maybe another one right here. I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen this one, so I don't think that's a new one. So can't really comment on that one though, I don't remember. And then this one, this is my Hoya Motoseki, or Motoseki. This one has this new leaf, that new leaf coming in, and these 2. Please ignore that. That was a bug trap. I'm sorry, you guys. My life is chaotic. This Hoya villosa, or globulosa, has put out this entire new big leaf. Oh my goodness, like look at the crunchiness. It is so perfect. So this one is a new one, and then it's got 2 new little growth points here for 2 new leaves, if this one will put out the 2 new leaves. And then this is another leaf. So super exciting growth on that one, making me super happy. I do want to chop up this plant here and make a better like plant. Like it's only one strand, and I would really like to have it growing bigger and bulkier, kind of like a Bella maybe. And in order to do that, I need to start chopping that and propagating. My Hoya Australis. This is the Australis Brookfield. I don't know if there's really a difference, but this one has put out so many new leaves. So you got another tendril with some more leaves coming. Up here, there is another leaf right there. I don't know, this one has put out quite a few new leaves, like right here. No, actually that one's been there. Okay. But no, I swear this one has thrown out so many new leaves. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah. Okay. Calistophylla, those ones are all kind of the same. This one has thrown out a couple new leaves as well. That's the Rotundiflora. So I love that plant. My Hoya Goldeneye here. This is a new leaf onto that one. I need to pot that one up. I might just chop it back again and try. I don't know, you guys. I've had that in water for so long, it's probably not going to survive if I switched it over to dirt, but we'll see. This is the philodendron 69686, and that leaf is coming in. I am so excited to see this one continue to grow. That one makes me very happy. So yeah, that is my plant shelf over here. I do have my Hoya australis Brookfield vining around my plant shelves. So at some point I will have to move it again or do something because I'm just gonna run out of room. But yeah, so I just kind of have a lot of knickknacks and stuff up there. Okay, my daughter just fell. I'll be right. Alrighty, so up here on this half a wall, oh, I'm gonna fall. This is where my plant shelves used to be before I moved them over there. I do like them over there, but because my front door is right here, I was worried that it would get so cold in the winter that it would not be good, but we're gonna see how it works this year. But yeah, so here is my half a wall that goes to my basement back there. So I have this Maranta here. This is the silver band. I found it at my local plant store not too long ago. So she's living the life right here. We're gonna see how I can do with this one. I'm really hoping to keep this Maranta alive because I killed my last Maranta. That was so pretty. It was one of my favorite plants. But as you can see, there is a new growth spot there. I need to wash these leaves again. My Thanksgiving cactus, always looking rough. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. I can never figure this plant out. And it's making me really sad. My Hoya serpens, nothing crazy here. My Hoya, this is the Moon Shadow and Cressata Moon Shadow. Put out that new leaf, I think, and it is not variegated, so that's kind of disappointing. My Thai constellation is not looking the greatest. I don't really know. This wall gets a lot of south-facing sun, so I mean, it's not burning leaves because it's far enough away and off to the side that it wouldn't, but I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. I know they grow really slow, but I would really like to see another leaf coming from this one soon. This is the previous leaf there. Yeah, so I don't know. Then we come in here to the chaos. Look at all of that. This jungle cactus of some sort. I don't remember if it's not a rat tail, but I can't remember the name of it. That one is growing like crazy. I'm glad it hasn't bloomed this year because the blooms get everywhere and they knock off. It's awful. I love them, they're beautiful, but they get messy. And then my Linearis has seen better days. I know you guys have seen my Linearis looking so beautiful, but I just can't figure this space out for this plant. Whew, I am out of breath, you guys. I haven't told you, but I am pregnant with baby number 3. So I am currently trying to breathe as I'm standing. So yeah, my Linearis has looked better. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her, but I just can't seem to make her happy. She doesn't have a west-facing window in this house, so yeah. My Hoya Bella is doing great. Lots and lots of new growth for her. As you can see, all of the ones that don't have the little splash to it is all new growth. So Hoya Bella is doing wonderful. Now we come over here to the chaos that my kids play with Play-Doh and all of that stuff. Those two are not, they're propagations still. And they've been propagations for a couple years now. So I'm gonna have to start completely over, I think. This is my Gloriosa, and I do have a plant pot for that one, so I do want to pot that one up as soon as I possibly can, but oh my goodness, you guys. So the mess we're getting into is nothing fancy. My Vitellinoides just keeps blooming, and the weird thing about the blooms on this plant is it just like becomes more and more. It's like longer and longer each time that it blooms, and these blooms are so sticky, but this plant is so pretty. Such massive leaves, but no new leaves since I showed you guys the last time. So I need to up pot that and pot it in a new pot, I think, soon, because I think it's just getting, I don't know, I think it just needs something better. Same with this Euphorbia Gray Ghost here. Needs a new, bigger pot. Also because it needs help supporting itself. I have it leaning against this frame here, but there is quite a bit of new growth at the top here. I don't know why it's like a mix between green and white. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. Okay, so as you can see outside, it's a very overcast day. But my monkey tail cactus looks a little funky. It's got a growth point there, and then these are all new since you guys have seen this plant, if I've showed it when I first bought it, I think, and that's what has come of it so far. I moved that plant that was sitting up here. My daughter Kinsey likes to get into the plants down here, but normally that plant sits right there. Okay, you guys, I need to take a break. Alrighty, I think I've kind of calmed myself down. I got a drink of water, and I feel like I'm not breathing as heavily at the moment. So we'll give myself another, amount of time before I'm back in the same spot. But this has grown quite a bit since I've last showed it. I can't really tell what's all new and what's not. This one has gone back and forth between being too dry and I don't know. It's got new leaves on the other side, and as you can see right here, the darker ones are obviously new leaves, but I don't know, this one is just crazy, and I can't tell when I pull it out and water it if I'm knocking leaves off, and that's why some of them are yellowing. I don't really know. This one, I don't know. And then this is my lemon tree. This one has definitely looked better in its lifetime, but this one was just outside getting burnt up from the sun. So we are now back inside because the weather is too cold for it. But we do have a couple blooms coming in. You can see those. So I'm excited to see if I'll get some lemons this winter. Supposedly they actually fruit in the wintertime for people who are like in the Midwest. I'm gonna come back to the plants in here because there's some really exciting leaves and stuff to show you guys in here. So I'll be back for that. Alrighty, so in the kitchen area, I have my philodendron micans, who is looking so great. Look at all of that growth. Oh my goodness. I have to lift this plant up and put it up on the shelf every once in a while because Kinsey will get to it. And then this is a philodendron. I can't remember what the name of it is at the moment, but that one needs a new pot. It dries out way too fast. My Snow Queen pothos, I think you could call it, was not always in this spot. I just recently moved her over here, and she's doing so much better in this spot. Is loving her life. So that one is exciting. I've had that plant for forever, and it's just never grown to like the micans has. So yeah, and then right here, this poor plant is getting the the awfulness of having kids, because my daughter will rip apart the pieces. So yeah, I don't know. And this one just gets knocked all the time, so it looks really rough. I can't wait for this plant to like look actually beautiful and not get trampled over by kids. So. Okay, ignore my extra stuff, but Domino Peace Lily is doing all right. I don't think I'm getting a bunch of variegation in this plant because of the spot that it's in, but I'm not mad about it. If it's liking the spot and it's still doing all right, I'm gonna keep it here, because there's not really a whole lot of plants that I can actually keep over here. My Easter cactus, I don't really know if it likes its spot or not. We got a couple new pieces to it, but my cactuses, like my Thanksgiving cactus and my Easter cactus, both, I cannot figure out for the life of me why those plants will not love me, but they don't. This was the philodendron dark something and gone. I need to take care of that. So this sort of area doesn't get a ton of light. Looks like my phone camera tried to add some light here. This is a philodendron ZZ, hasn't done anything, or philodendron ZZ Zenzi, and it hasn't really done anything since I have gotten it. Back here we have some propagations that have been there for quite some time. More propagation right there, and you guys, I really want to pot that one up because this was always been one of my favorite plants and it's always looked so beautiful. But you guys, I'm failing miserably. I'm failing miserably. This was a a monster elbow chunk that I planted, and I mean, if you look, you can see some white, so I was hoping that someday I would get some white leaves, and I just haven't. So yeah, some new leaves on this plant. It's not getting enough light to continue giving me leaves like that, but oh yeah, nothing crazy, you know, just a monstera looking so unruly, it's ridiculous. I do have a like fence post thing that I was gonna put up behind it and pin this plant up to it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. You guys, I feel like I am a terrible plant mom. Down here I have my African violet. I tend to let this dry out way too often, so it's probably not thriving, but it's just trying to survive. But yeah, so those are the plants over here in this corner that I have failed miserably on. So here is like my my island, my kitchen island, and this plant is really not doing anything for me. It gets south facing sun, but at a distance, and it really isn't throwing out like any new leaves. Like this is a new one, that's a new one, this is a new one, but it really, I don't know, you guys, it's not doing so good. And for the longest time it was just killing off leaves left and right. There's another one that's dying off, but that one's all white and that's why it's dying off. But like left and right, it was just killing off leaves. I didn't really know what to do. Like this whole strand right here is gonna be chopped back because it's gonna, I mean, it's lasted longer than I'd expect, but because it's all white, it can't do anything with them. So yeah, I don't know. So ignore my kitchen sink, everything, but we have my Hoya Cartesii here, looking super long and luscious over here. For the most part, and is doing pretty decent. All my bear paw cactus succulents. This is the south facing window, along with the south facing door set, whatever. So oh my goodness. Okay. These bear paws have flowered for me once at least, and this one is currently flowering for me again. And yeah, I don't know. They just love and living life right there, I guess. This is another one that has a weird spot that just kind of like died off. I don't know. It's pretty odd. Up here I have my philodendron Brazil. And it was never really love and life, and it's always given me a bunch of small leaves. So I don't really know. I need to water that one. It's looking really thirsty. But yeah, so that one is up on that side. So it does get some south facing sun from right there. So maybe it's getting too much sun. But if I put it on this half, which is where my pothos was, they're not going to get any light whatsoever. So I don't really know how to go about that one. But yeah, this is the guest bathroom, and that vent there has never turned off since we have moved in. It's supposed to have a sensor that says like moisture levels high, so then it turns on. I don't know why, but yeah, it never turned off. So we've been living here for what, almost a year and a half, 2 years now. So my Hoya Rotusa doesn't look like it's growing, but it doesn't look unhappy either, so that's nice. This is my Hoya, oh, I'm blanking, I don't remember. But this is a new leaf on this one. Yep. And then my snake plant, my moonshine sansevieria, has this new leaf coming in. I don't remember showing any of the other ones. ZZ Raven, nothing special about that one. And then this little plant that my daughter picked out is flowering, but I don't think I'm going to be able to show you guys. I think it's not going to focus. Well, maybe one of them has, but yeah, there's little flowers on the end of that one. Some of the other plants in here are just doing all right. That one hasn't changed a bit since I've gotten it. So I just need to probably repot it and put it in a whole new pot, and we'll see how it goes, because that one hasn't done anything for a couple of years. But that is all the plants in my guest bathroom. So in my messy laundry room, my aloe plant is looking really cool. She kind of went lopsided at one point, so I have adjusted her to go the other way. So we'll see. This Hoya numeroloides has put out some new leaves. Oh, there's a peduncle there too. I almost knocked that off. So yeah, some new leaves, seeming like it might be blooming for me at some point again. I'm sure there's like other groups of new leaves that I haven't like completely figured out where they are, because I'm sure that's not the only new leaves, but like it's doing good. And there's another peduncle right there as well. Cool. This needs to be repotted and put into a bigger pot. This one has some sort of new growth point right there at the tip. And then my pickle plant, I don't know why I can never make this one look beautiful, but it does have a bloom here, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, Nothing special about my laundry room plants. They will focus. There you go. Yeah. Alrighty, so over here on my dining room table, I have the Dalton Henry, which is getting south-facing light. This one is just growing nonstop. So this is like a new leaf. You can tell by how shiny and nice and soft that is. Those are ones that have already been there, but these right here are new leaves on this one, and we have a new growth point right there. I love that this one is on the dining room table. We did get a new dining room table. I need to wipe it down. But it just looks so pretty. Oh, I love seeing this one at, you know, dinner time. Every time I'm sitting down at the table, I'll do like my journaling and stuff. And so I'm just sitting here all the time, and these are new leaves right here. This is a new leaf, and that is a new leaf with, of course, another growth point. But look at just how like shiny these are. Oh my goodness. So these ones are older ones, but like this plant cannot do me wrong at all. This plant is always so happy, and it makes me so happy. These ones I think have been there, these two, but these ones are newer. They're still hardening off along with this one. But yeah, like just the splash alone on this plant is incredible. Yeah, there's still some sulfur on them. I do need to do another sulfur treatment to all of my Hoyas because you guys, I don't have a little like microscope thing to check to see if these have flat mites, but like that's just leftover sulfur treatment, of course. But I'm just always afraid of ruining plants that I love so much. But yeah, so this plant is such a stunning plant, and I can't get over it, you guys. If you can get your hands on a Dalton Henry, even if the leaves look kind of like this, I'm sure eventually they will throw leaves like this out that are like so perfect in every way. Oh, you guys, I can't get over this plant. It looks like an animal pattern. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I love that this plant is at our dining room table because it gives me the opportunity to stare at this plant all the time. I'm constantly looking at it, constantly watching new leaves grow in. So honestly, I couldn't tell you how many new ones have shown up since you guys have seen this plant last, but I do know that quite a few of them are brand new leaves. So definitely one of my absolute favorite plants. And I need to, whenever I make a favorite plants video, I need to avoid this one, even though it is literally one plant that will never ever, you know, leave my favorite plants list. So yes, that is the Dalton Henry. So before I even open up the tote, I just wanted to show you guys that this was one of the plants that was in the tote that I have gotten out. This is the Hoya Tomsoni. This one, there is some new leaves here. Like this one is a new leaf. This one has sulfur on it. Let's see by how white it is, but this one has some splash to it. So that's a new leaf, and then this was a new growth point. That little baby leaf is new, I believe. And this was a new leaf as well, right here. It's got some of my hair on there, sorry you guys. This is another one that is doing really good. Mathilde, my Hoya Mathilde. Some very big chunky leaves, like from what I was used to some big chunky leaves. This one has some yellowing leaves, but I don't suppose that that's a real big issue, to be honest. So yeah, lovely, lovely. This is a plant that is doing really good too. Maybe this one's the Incrusata Moonshadow. What is this one? Nope, Parasitica elbow marginata. Okay, so this one I remember sharing with you guys, and it was only like this much of the plant, but since I took it out of that here, it was doing so well in there, I figured I might as well take it out now, because this is a new leaf here, and so is this. But okay, let's get into the goodies. I'm not going to show every single one of them, but I will definitely try to highlight all of the big ones. And there's probably going to be some fruit flies that fly out of here, so I apologize if you see that. But all right, so obviously down here, this one was one of my Indonesia plants. I can't remember the name. I know it starts with a C, a Hoya something with a C. But look at the red veining, you guys. The red veining on that is just crazy. Let me try to go back. There we go. The red veining on that is so crazy. So this one's got a ton of new leaves on that plant right there. I'm not gonna pull it out because it's gonna be hard for me to put it back in. But the Hoya Michelle here, I believe this is the Hoya Michelle. This is a new leaf here. So all of these plants here probably need another treatment of the sulfur. I don't know, because that's some damage of some sort. And I thought it was like sun damage, but I'm thinking there's something going on in here. And so we'll definitely need to do another sulfur treatment here on all of these Hoyas. But there is another new growth point right there. And then this was a new leaf as well. So back here, we had another Hoya. This is the Hoya Sipitagensis. This one is getting some very red sun stressing. So pretty cool. My Hoya Penny's Treat put out another leaf here. And it's so dark. I can't wait to show you guys these in a better, angle. But yeah, some new leaves there. The something black leaf one, I can't think of what it's called, you guys, and I'm trying to be quick about this video. This one has a bunch of new leaves. So that's a new leaf. These are new leaves. And it's got this long tendril here. Oh, so exciting. This is a new leaf on this Hoya. I don't remember what this one's called either, and I don't have a tag to tell you. But yeah, so that's a new leaf because this one only had 2. And so that's a new one. But that one looks like it's being damaged by something. So I definitely need to go through and treat all these again. Hoya Irina has this new leaf and then another one coming in right here. I don't want to knock that one. There's nothing special about this one. That is a Hoya Acuta elbow marginata. Maybe just this new growth point that I'm trying to yeah, there. This is my Hoya Kingiana elbow marginata that is no longer variegated in any way, but look at how crazy these leaves are. All of that is all new, and then there's a peduncle there. So yeah, when you guys seen it last, it was this much of the plant, and now we have so many more leaves. It's just insane. Let's see. I think I've highlighted the majority of these plants. a peduncle and this growth plant there. I did end up chopping up my Chelsea, so I don't think this is new growth. I think this is just part of the Hoya Chelsea, but I might be wrong. That feels like a brand new leaf. You guys, these might be 2 new leaves from my Hoya Chelsea, because I don't remember potting either of these 2 with that plant, and it's definitely rooted. I don't know, you guys, but yeah, so my Hoya Chelsea, what? Oh yeah, no, this is a brand new leaf too. I did not save this one on purpose. I don't know, you guys. I got 2 new leaves from this Hoya Chelsea because I do not remember them. They are very stunning, and it's like the first thing that I noticed when I opened up this thing too, but I just thought I had already had them, but no, those are new. Okay, wow. So yeah, very exciting little area of my plants, you know. I think that's going to be all of them though. Alrighty, you guys. So I hope these updates were just as exciting as I feel they are. I mean, my plants went from a very, very bad place for the past 2 years to where they are now, and it's really exciting to see them thriving again and see a lot of new growth, because it really makes me happy. And I don't know, I get happy seeing all the new growth that's coming in on the plants, and there is quite a few plants that I want to repot within the next month or so. So make sure you stay tuned, because I will have a repot video coming soon, hopefully sooner than later. But if you're not new here, you know that I probably make a video once a month. So it's very possible that you guys won't see a video from me until next month. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. But if it is, make sure you hit that subscribe button so then you know when I will be making a video. Actually, if you hit the notification bell, it'll notify you when I make that upload. So yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!